Have you ever noticed that most people, it seems like most people hate the truth? You know, it's rampant. A lot of people just can't stand the truth. It's like the truth is the enemy. They'd rather just believe the lie. So in this video, let me give you 5 reasons why people hate the truth. It may not be all the reasons, but here's 5 good reasons why people hate the truth. Reason number 1 is that it can challenge our pre-existing beliefs, right? We hold what we believe dear and near to our heart. In some cases, most cases, we believe that thing our entire life, ever since we were a child. In fact, we were trained up as a child in the way that we should go. And it's said that when we're older, we will not depart from that. Whether it be right, wrong, you know, that's why Hitler had his youth, right? Get them while they're young. You know, instill that in them, program them. So when somebody challenges those pre-existing beliefs, they're literally challenging your identity, who you believe you are, what you believe you are. Goes deep. Shouldn't be surprised if that's met with a certain level of hostility. Makes sense. Those existing beliefs are extremely important to us, and somebody challenges that, it's not really a good feeling. So reason number 1 is because it challenges our pre-existing beliefs. Reason number 2 is that it exposes vulnerabilities, right? When the truth comes and it exposes where you're vulnerable at, think about it this way. Criticism. It's a good way of looking at that. Sometimes criticism is the truth. Sometimes people can criticize us and they're telling us something that is true. We might not agree with the entire criticism, might be offended, hurt, harmed, whatnot, but somewhere in there is a little bit of truth, and it's your vulnerability, where you're weak at, what needs to be improved, what is wrong in some cases. And that's not a really good feeling. Nobody likes to be vulnerable. Everybody wants to be strong. Everybody wants to appear strong in most cases. And often when people don't want to appear strong, it's because that's part of some other tactic, right? To actually increase their strength. So exposing those vulnerabilities is enough to piss a lot of people off. So that's reason number 2. Reason number 3 is similar, but it forces us to confront uncomfortable realities. Okay, not the vulnerability in this case, but the reality, uncomfortable realities. Reality is reality. It is what it is. Some things we have to just learn to accept and then act accordingly. However, a lot of us go through life with ostrich syndrome, is what I like to call it. We like to bury our heads in the sand and pretend that situation, that reality doesn't exist. When somebody exposes that, it almost spurs us to action. And who wants to be spurred into action when they don't want to act? Right? Now you're violating my space, right? I feel like I'm being attacked. This is the response that a lot of people would have inside of their head, you know, by when you expose that reality. Why are you attacking me? That's what it translates into. So that's reason number 3. And reason number 4 is the potential damage to our ego, our sense of self, because it can force us to confront our shortcomings, where we lack. And part of confronting those shortcomings is acknowledging mistakes. And therein lies the rub, right? So it's a hit to our ego sometimes when we have to acknowledge that we've made a mistake. Nobody likes to be wrong. Often we feel like people make us wrong. Well, most of the time when you're wrong, you're just wrong, right? If I asked you what 3 times 3 was, and you said 10, you're wrong. I didn't make you wrong. I just asked the question. And that's your ego that's that's eating you up, eating you alive. So that's reason number 4 is that damage to our ego. And reason number 5 is that accepting the truth, it's often emotionally draining, it's difficult, it's taxing, it's hard on the emotions. And that emotional difficulty ends up turning into what we see as a lot of emotional work. It's like exposing these wounds. And when it comes to emotions, it's a lot harder to bottle that up, bandage that up, than it is to expose it. Just like damaging the body, it's a whole lot easier to cut somebody than it is to sew them back up. So now you're exposed to a ton of emotional difficulty, and nobody really wants to just sign up for that. So they'd rather just not even hear the truth and not even have to go through that. But here you come telling them the truth, exposing them to the truth, and now they've got to deal with it. So that's 5 reasons why people hate the truth. 5 reasons why you're the bad guy for telling them the truth. In any case, do something today to make yourself better. Now a day goes by that I don't do something to make myself better. Because if I know anything, I know this. When we become better people, our world becomes a better place. Peace.